What's up guys, my name's Chronic, your host on this Destiny review today. In today's video I'm reviewing the Word of Crota. Now this is an amazing gun straight up from the get-go. This is the weapon you get from beating the hard mode raid on the Crota's End raid. You can only get it from the last actual kill. I've learned recently you can actually get the Fang, I think that's the scout rifle, and the hand cannon only from killing Crota, and all the other drops are kind of like random throughout the thing. But this is dropped from hard mode Crota. It does void damage, it has explosive damage, it is similar to the Fatebringer, and it's got a lot of awesome qualities I'm going to be sharing throughout this video. One thing I wanted to mention is this is a PvE review, so this is not based on PvP. However, I do think that this weapon is probably pretty good at PvP. I'm just not a PvP guy, so I'm not really going to play PvP just for the sake of it, but this is a PvE review and what my thoughts are on it as far as it goes as the missions and raid and all that stuff. Alright guys, let's see if we can get 1,000 likes on this video. I know it's a Monday on the day I'm releasing this, but let's go for 1,000 likes because this weapon is absolutely phenomenal and you should definitely be trying to get it because it is a pretty good weapon. So straight off the gate, the weapon obviously does void damage, so it is very effective against the Vex enemies. This is actually one of the drawbacks to the weapon, just because there's really not a lot of void damage shields out there, but it's still pretty good at doing what it really needs to do, and it's also really good for getting those void damage kills in the Crucible to get the Thorn, yeah! But anyways, the first ladder obviously is these different sights. They don't really matter. The first one's blue and it's got angled. The second one is straight up vertical, and the last one is another angled one, and the second two are actually red. They're really not much the difference. Change the reload and range. That's just kind of bullshit. I just use the last one because I like the way it looks. Zen movement causing damage with this weapon increases its stability. Stability is really not important with this weapon, especially with explosive damage. Standard upgrade to the damage, and then we move on to the second ladder. The first upgrade is speed reload. Reload this weapon quickly. It doesn't actually increase its reload by much. I did a bit of a testing with it and without it on. It is a little bit faster, but it's just really not that fast. It is a viable option, but not that fast to really worry about it. The second one improves the range and accuracy. This one doubles its range, so if you are facing a lot of long range stuff, this is actually a pretty decent perk, as well as the fact with Zen Moment, you can actually increase its stability and all that stuff, so that's a pretty good one. But the last one is the one I like, explosive rounds on the weapon, which makes it like the Fatebringer. A lot of you guys say it doesn't do more damage with the explosive rounds. It actually takes away the initial damage and puts it on explosive damage, but I don't care what you say. The knockback and making them reel back and stuff with the explosive rounds and not having to exactly aim for the critical is just so important, because I think it does more damage if you hit them in the body versus actually the critical hit. If you do a critical hit, it does more damage without explosive, but if you hit them in the body, I figured out that's why it feels like it does more damage. Normally if you hit them in the body, you do like 400 damage, but it does the standard 400 damage plus the explosive damage. Doesn't care whether or not it has critical hit or not, so that's why the critical hit does more damage with the explosive damage, but with a non-critical hit, the explosive damage was more body damage. And really, I love just spraying into a group of enemies and actually ripping them apart. And the critical hit damage usually does enough to kill them anyways, so that's a really good one. The last upgrade there makes it so you can actually get a mag return to your magazine if you get 3 critical hits in a row. Kind of like the Black Nail, but it's not as powerful as it. So you just have to get 3 critical hit kills in a row, or actually just hit in a row, and it returns an ammo back to your magazine. So it gives you a little bit more of an ammo capacity. This is just kind of like a fun one, just to kind of like help you get through those hordes. So if you do shoot slower and you don't go like super gun happy with me, like I do with the explosive rounds, you can get this with a lot of bullets. Starts with 12, so if you can get an extra like 4 rounds into it and maybe an extra 5th round, so you technically can have like 17 rounds in this thing if you get that Phantom gift every single time, which is actually pretty cool compared to the original 12 if you're actually just shooting for those critical hits, especially if you're on a boss. You really can get a lot of shots down range, so this is probably really good against those big hitbox bosses like the Devil Walker. So make sure you go check that out and try that one out for yourself. All in all, I think this weapon does a little bit less damage than the Fatebringer. I haven't exactly compared it directly to it, but from what I can see, the critical hit damage is a little bit lower than what I'm used to in the damage in general, but overall this weapon is just still a beast. I think 1 or 2 shots, level 30 Minotaur shields, which is pretty insane. And it does fantastic damage against everything else. So if there's something that needs void damage, this is definitely the weapon for you. So I'm gonna when I eventually get to PvP, I'm gonna be using this to actually get my Thorn bounty to get the 500 points with the void damage in the Crucible. Oh my god, this is gonna be so much easier. I know I have Atheon's Epilogue, which was my other option, but this weapon is pretty beast, and I can't wait to actually use it. It's actually the only time I'm ever excited for PvP, because I'm not really much PvP, guys. Again, this is a PvE review because I love the PvE in this game, and I love it. So yeah, I said love it twice because, you know, I'm McLoving it. In general, I would say this gun is more of a close to mid and somewhat long-range weapon. This is a very versatile weapon as a hand cannon. Again, it's a one-shot, and the cool thing about this weapon, I have to say, is that its stability really doesn't really matter because its fire rate is slow enough that you literally can't fire it fast enough for it to recenter. So it pops off into a direction, recenters back on its target before it's able to fire again. So that's not really that much of an issue. That's a good combo to have in a gun. And again, it's just super duper effective at killing your enemies. And explosive damage, I put on explosive damage and I felt like a god. I moved in, I'm like, I'm a god! I destroy all evil, and oh god, I had a lot of fun with it. One thing I would say, obviously, I would pair this one with a sniper rifle, I'd say, just because the fact it does not have a really good long-range capabilities. When it comes to bosses, you definitely want to have like an icebreaker, go long range, get those critical hits, and absolutely wreck with it. Otherwise, this gun is just very versatile, and again, that's just my recommendation, just because I've been more into these sniper rifles recently, but you can basically have whatever you want. And again, the last upgrade on this one is it makes it so you Hive Disruptor, so this thing does a lot of damage against Hive Majors. There's not a lot of Void Hive Majors. I don't think there's any, in fact, so this is not really a good weapon for killing Hive Majors, but hey, if you see at night, you want to fuck up his day, you can definitely shoot at him. But anyways, that's the video for you guys today. There's really not much more to say about it, just reviewing these things. Would I recommend trying to get it? Yes, I would definitely say this is definitely in one of my top 10 best guns in the game. I wouldn't say it's in top 5 because, you know, the top 5 is kind of reserved for like Suros and Gjallarhorn and Icebreaker, Black Hammer, stuff like that, but it's definitely in the top 10. Near the end of the top 10, so it's definitely worth getting if you guys are going for it. You have to complete the hard mode raid to be able to, the last boss to actually get it, so it's difficult to get, so you won't see a lot of people having it, but again, it's an awesome weapon. I definitely recommend it. I'll give it definitely a 9 out of 10, because this weapon is pretty amazing. But anyways, that's the video for you guys today. If you did like it, make sure you leave a like down below. Again, we're going for 1,000 likes on this episode just because this weapon is absolutely amazing, and let's try to go for 1,000 likes, and I'll try to release the next weapon review as fast as I can. I think I'm going to be reviewing the pulse rifle next, because that's the one I have next. But anyways, leave me a comment down below what kind of things you want to see. I have a bunch of weapons I want to review and videos I want to make, you know, like my Warlock setup. My Hunter's probably at level 32 by now. Lots of stuff I want to do. Let me know in the comments down below what kind of stuff you want to see first, and if you want to see different options, because sometimes on Twitter I'm like, which one of these do you want first? Make sure you go to my Twitter and go say hi there. But anyways, that's the video for you guys today. I hope you guys enjoyed. My name's been Crota, and I'll see you guys on the next one.